it's a good day. It's a good day. Welcome. Leander Steambelly here. Welcome to my Steambelly Sewer Rats, my Pocket Dimension Denizens. As I mentioned, it's a good day. I'm feeling good. Things are going well in my personal life, although I made a promise that I wouldn't discuss it any further into the whisper jar, so we'll leave it at that right now. And this week, we've got Bekmoodim Fetelwork finally can air this interview. There was some legal issues related to the interview and the visit that were up in the air for a good long time. They were weighing on my head quite heavily. Not sure whether or not we were going to be able to work things out, quite frankly. But it turns out we've got things worked out, not entirely, but at least resolved to a point where Bekmoodim feels comfortable allowing me to air this interview, which is good. He's a good guy. He's a lot of fun, interesting character. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it, but I just wanted to take a moment to, use this experience to just drive home the point that, sometimes if things are worth doing, you just got to stick with it. I knew that this interview would be interesting and entertaining, and the easiest thing in the world to do when we were contacted by the Fetelwork industry attorneys with the cease and desist order, the easiest thing to do would have been just to burn the interview and be done with it. But no, I knew there was something here. I knew it was worth fighting for, and I knew that if I fought the good fight, I would win. And as it turns out, I have won. Here we are. The Fetelwork Industries legal team has cleared the way for me to play the interview, which means you are now free to hear the interview. So, without any further ado, here we go. Bekmoodim Fetelwork. I hope you enjoy. So I don't understand what this thing is. Why did you bring a giant mechanical spider with you?
This is the Scout. It's how I get around, my conveyance, if you will. The Scout, come over here. Melissa, make sure that the Scout is not carrying anything he shouldn't be. Look, the problem with these things is we don't tell the customers this, but sometimes they can start thinking a little bit for themselves, and it's just an error in the program.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. I had a character in here a couple fortnights ago. This guy Valor, who he looked an awful lot like a machine like this. Do you think it's possible that he might have been a Fetelwork Industries production initially?
Well, we've done some experiments with more normal humanoid-looking versions, but the market for them wasn't something I wanted to get involved with, if you know what I mean.
I think I do, and I think we're going to go right back to talking about the Scout, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure.
So
You don't mind if my assistant Melissa is here with us, do you?
no, that's fine. Melissa, welcome. It's nice to have you. Make yourself at home and comfortable.
Melissa, why don't you rummage around this place, see if you can find us a couple coffees.
Yeah, that would be quite a find. I've got to admit, if you are able to find some coffee, Melissa, I would be most interested in where you were able to find that. So now you say the Scout here is your conveyance. Do you have some issues getting around on your own? Is this an assisted device of some kind?
Oh, no. Well, I built the Scout because, well, as you see, I'm a gnome, and, being a gnome has many nice things about it. We're smarter than most folk, but small legs, big brain, small legs. So, it's tough to keep up with the bigger folk. And I thought to myself, well, why should I keep up with them? Maybe they should keep up with me.
Well, I got you. You're just using that, applying that big brain to the problem of having small legs. It sounds like a perfectly reasonable solution.
Mm, indeed. I also figured that, well, if, I'm going to be getting around fast, the world's pretty dangerous from time to time. Once you step outside the city boundaries, where all sorts of manner of things will want to eat you. And us gnomes, we're pretty delectable. Well, I've never eaten gnome. I just want to clarify this for everyone. I've never eaten gnome before. I just assume that we're
That
delicious.
is an excellent clarification, Bekmoodim. I'm glad you cleared that up. It would have been very difficult to explain had you not. So, just pure speculation on the deliciousness of gnomes. Neither Bekmoodim nor myself, Leander Steambelly, are trying to make any assertions one way or the other.
Do you have any other questions about the scout? I can tell you they are available for purchase. I can custom make one for you.
Well, that is very interesting, and perhaps we could get into the details about scout options and purchases, but perhaps a little later in the conversation. Right now, I'd just like to get to know you a little bit better. I'm very thankful that you put together this network of sending stones. And are willing to, put this little program out on it. I'm very excited about the opportunity to get to talk to people like yourself and get to share those conversations with the masses. And that wouldn't be possible without the work of you, Bekmoodim, and the uh, organization known as Fetelwork Industries.
Oh, it's very kind of you, very kind. I'm glad you're getting use of it. The Sending Zone network was pretty difficult to get set up. It took a lot of time, but it's when not everybody is all magical and special, and I figured somebody should be able to send. It should be easy if you want to send messages around or do anything else on the network. Honestly, it's grown more than I ever could have thought, and well. Melissa's been encouraging us to do better at PR. She's like an assistant and PR manager sort of thing. Uh, She's pretty good. Where is her? Where is she with our coffees? I think she went down that tunnel.
That could be a bit of a problem, but we're not going to panic just yet. I don't know that anybody's wandered down that tunnel thus far, but you know what? Let's have some faith in Melissa and keep our eyes and ears open, and hopefully she will return with those coffees in no time.
Yeah, she's a good one. She's a good egg. Human, very smart. Um, well, my name is Bekmoodim Fetelwork.
Thank you for bringing that up. I don't know that we've said the full name yet for everyone. Bekmoodim Fetelwork here, inventor, owner of Fetelwork Industries, creator of the Scout, which is available for purchase, creator, inventor, maintainer of the Sending Stone Network, which you are currently listening to this on. Welcome, Bekmoodim. It's good to have you here.
Very nice to be here. Where are we exactly? Because I was told this was going to be a hotel room.
Well, I will have to talk with my sister slash talent booker slash musical director slash sentient goo that is currently operating as my hand crossbow drawstring, Leonella Steambelly, about that bit of misinformation. Um, Perhaps it was just some confusion. We did say, and we do put our guests up at an inn, right? But this is not that inn. This is my own little private pocket dimension, which I can use to access many different realities and interview and speak with people from many different locations in many different universes, quite frankly. And so I'm terribly sorry for the misinformation and the miscommunication, but there is a reservation in your own universe, in your own dimension, right? There is a reservation at an inn waiting for you so that you well, I guess at this point you can recover from your journey here. Unfortunately, we were not aware that you would be traveling with another employee of Fetelwork Industries, so there's only the one reservation. I hope Melissa and you don't mind sharing a room.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. I mean, I got the scout with me, and I always keep a bit of equipment if I need to work on. I'm sure Melissa will figure out her own deal.
Fair enough, and I will have Leonella check the budget to see if we can. Oh no, she's no, we do not have money for another room at the inn. So we will count on Melissa's brains and ingenuity to fend for herself. So
Mm.
we've talked about the scout a little bit. We've talked about the Sending Stone Network. We've even talked a little bit about your brief foray into more humanoid versions of the Scout. Clearly, right, invention is something that is close to your heart. How did Bekmoodim Fetelwork get into inventing?
Hmm. Well, I suppose my mother and father, and my grandmother and grandfather, where I come from a long line of makers. My grandfather, he even came from a dwarven kingdom. The Featherwork name still holds weight with the dwarves themselves. So I think mainly I got it all from him. He's getting up there in age now. The things he makes, well, you can't really see too good anymore. I always have to go up after him and add a few more bolts and whatnot. But I come from a long line of makers. I think I built my first mechanism when I was maybe 10 years old or so. I lost my first set of eyebrows when I was 13. That was an interesting birthday. Um, and, well, uh, I've been working on the Scout probably since I was maybe 16 or 17. It's my life's work, honestly.
Well, yeah, I got to say that's a lovely story, following in the family tradition of making and inventing. Um, and what a sweet grandchild. Even now, going back over Grandpa's inventions and tightening those bolts, maybe adding a few that he missed because of the poor eyesight. And you say you started inventing at 10, is that correct?
I think it was about 10. My parents said ever since I could walk, I always had some kind of tool in my hands. And, I don't know. I think I just took to it. It's in our blood.
Well, that's interesting. My parents, God rest their souls, they also said that I started having a tool in my hand when I was 10 also, but I think they were talking about something else entirely.
I think they may be right.
So do you remember what it was that you invented when you were 10?
Well, it was. I thought I'd make one of those. The music boxes. You spin the
Oh,
handle and it
absolutely.
makes a little
You crank
tune.
the handle and it plays a little tune. And sometimes you can even find one. It's got a little maybe dancer that spins around as the song plays. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, I thought I'd make one that would turn the handle itself, sort of a self-propagating box, right? But it turns out I'm well. The clockwork I designed to instruct it to turn the handle maybe it was a bit too good, or maybe it was missing a thing here or there, because it just started running around turning everything it could. Anything it could get its hands on, it would just start trying to twist and turn, and it was dangerous.
Yeah, it sounds like, particularly if that device was not limited to attempting to turn things that were meant to be turned. If it would simply try and turn or twist anything that it could get its mechanical hands on, I could see that would be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it was only a small little cube, so it just kept pinching you all the time, really. But quite annoying.
Yeah, but I mean, even a little pinch on the skin, if it's getting twisted around, there. I mean, there's entire sibling relationships that are built on that sort of thing.
Well, maybe we should bring it back, a special edition.
The Leander Steam Belly Skin Twister. I like it quite a bit.
Indeed. You know, that reminds me. I don't know if look, I don't know when you want to do the promo stuff. If you want to do it now or later, but I do have a new product coming to market real soon.
Promos. You mean not stuff about the Scout?
Oh, well, I can tell you lots of things about the Scout, of course, but there's a little thing I've been working on. It's a secret project, but I think it's almost ready for fruition.
Listen, I like secrets, and you've been very kind to Leander so far. So if you've got something that you'd like to share with us and sort of reveal here, that would be fantastic.
Hmm. Well, I don't have a project name for it. I don't have a proper name for it yet. So right now it's just called Project Epsilon, and it's a household kind of appliance. What it will do is single-handedly revolutionize the way people use the restrooms in their homes.
And Project Epsilon, you say?
Mm.
Uh, okay, well, maybe you know what? Why don't we save the talk of all of the various Fetelwork industry inventions and projects that are available for purchase either now or in the future? We'll save that for the end. But for the time being, let's just talk a little bit more. You mentioned your family a little bit and your grandfather specifically. Tell me about where you grew up and what that was like.
Well, I grew up in Scholars Refuge. It's well, it's a big rock in the middle of like a lava pit, really. I mean, everything around us except for Scholars Refuge is pretty much on fire all the time. Um, but you know, we like our little town. The stone matron herself lifted the rock out of the earth as the earth began to burn and saved the town. And my grandfather, and that's Chungle Down Fetelwork, and my grandmother, Glenada. They were here when that happened about 200, 300 years ago or so. It turns out, you know, we got stuck here. So, you know, they had some kids, and, you know, my parents met in Scholars Refuge, and well, I've been living here ever since.
And you say that
You
you
know,
say the stone matron lifted this town up and saved it from the fiery lava that engulfed all the land surrounding it.
Indeed. Now, I do know now that there is more to the world for sure, other than, you know, a bunch of rocks that are burning in the sunlight. But for a long time, when I was a child, I thought Scholar's Refuge was all there was.
Well, and this brings up an interesting point. You're born and raised in Scholars Refuge. Everyone there, right, or most of the people there, it seems, were taught that this city was spared a fiery death by the stone matron, and that this was all that had survived whatever event caused this lava situation. You clearly, very bright guy, come from a long line of inventors, have invented, many things that are marketable, right? And clearly have a growing industry at your fingertips. So why, Bekmoodim, why leave Scholar's Refuge? Why go out adventuring?
Well, simply because there's other things out there. I mean, I've been in the Scholar's Refuge for over 80 years, and well, you kind of get tired of seeing the same rocks on fire every day.
Right. So it's that big brain that you had mentioned right at the beginning of our conversation. It prompted you to create the scout here so that you could get around a little bit easier than your
Indeed.
short legs would carry you, and it prompted you to go farther than the confines of Scholar's Refuge to see what else is out there in the world.
It's a wonderful place, full of grand visions and terrible beasts. It's very exciting, and all these people and places, well, they need things, and well, I think Fetelwork Industries will be the one to supply their needs.
See, now I'm starting to get a picture of it. So it's not just to satisfy intellectual curiosity, but it is also to perhaps extend the reach of Fetelwork Industries.
I want to get the Fetelwork name out there. You know, in Scholar's Refuge, I think my parents and grandparents, I mean, my family, we made things in town, but they were pretty content as things were. Um, and I just felt differently about it. I wanted people, when they heard the name Fettlework, to think of quality and greatness, and they would know that if they bought one of our products, that it will last them for a lifetime. Asterisk TM, of course.
Excellent. And I completely understand what you're talking about here. That you want to extend the Fetelwork name, and it's one thing for it to be known uh, as the maker of fine, decent, everyday products, right, in Scholar's Refuge, right, but to extend that out into the world at large, and through the creation of this Sending Stone network, right, perhaps to extend it beyond to worlds beyond your own, right? That's a way to really extend the Fetelwork name and to have it really be known for innovative and exciting inventions. Innovative and exciting inventions like this Project Epsilon you were talking about earlier. And so,
Indeed. Well,
what exactly again is the purpose of this Project Epsilon?
I'm very glad you asked. Melissa, could you have? Oh, she's still gone.
We should look into that in a little bit. But anyway, continue. Project Epsilon.
Okay, so Project Epsilon. All right, you know, everyone in their homes, you know, normally, Leander, can we curse on this program?
We sure as fuck can, Bekmoodim.
Okay. You're in your home and you gotta take a shit, and you know, you either do it in a bucket. If you're really rich, maybe you have some kind of thing with water in it. Otherwise, you're just kind of tossing it around, you know, or maybe you bury it. I don't know what you do. Um, I thought, what if there was a way that we could eliminate the problem altogether and clean it up at the same time? And so what I've devised is it's a sort of it's like a stool that you sit on, and there's a little lid that will open up, and once you do your business, there's a little a few the cleaning arms will come out. But the real secret, and this is the trick, see, there's a little bit of magic in this device. That's always the secret with Fetelwork things. I'll tell you right now, there's always a bit of magic involved. I'm quite skilled at selecting runes to make sure that things do special things. What this will do, it will fire off a minor disintegrating ray to clean you up. And we've only had only a handful of incidences during testing.
Well, it's sounds like a marvelous device.
Indeed. And don't worry, when the product comes to market, there's a full warranty and lifetime return policy. Granted, the original owner can return it to us if they still exist.
Right, which, I mean, not to put too fine a point on it, but it sounds like that in a very small number of cases could be an issue due to the existence of this small disintegration magic in these devices, correct?
Well, you got to do something with. I mean, look, we're trying to clean it up, and you got to get rid of it somehow. And what better way than to just proof it all? It's very low powered.
Well,
normally,
I understand, and I don't, want to look a gift horse in the mouth. And as I've said, I'm very grateful, right, that you provided.
I mean, you want to be fresh down there, don't you?
I mean, everybody wants to be fresh down there.
Everybody wants to be fresh.
That's certainly the case. But I, Leander Steambelly, right, have made a pretty good living out of, sewer and sewer-related activities. And this device that you are talking about, particularly the use of this disintegration magic, sounds like it might eliminate the need for a sewer.
Well, new industries are come and go all the time. Perhaps, sure. Look, Leander, maybe I put you out of your business. Maybe maybe you turn to a life of squalor because you no longer have sewers to worry about. Who knows? There's no way to really tell. Or maybe, you get in on the ground floor and we make a shit ton of money.
Well, making a shit ton of money does sound very nice.
But without the shit.
But that's a good one. But this is definitely something I'm going to have to think about quite a bit because listen, my life has been the sewers. That's what I know. It's made me the exceptional human being that I am today. I don't know how I'd get by without the swords. And in addition, I got to be honest, this disintegration magic in a very close to a very sensitive area sounds very, very troubling to me.
Very sensitive. Well, that's why we've powered down the beam. It's, look, the worst that's happened in tests. Well, I can't tell you the worst thing that's happened. The testing has been good. It's like I said, it's still in its development stage, so there's bound to be some kinks here and there. But it'll be a little while before it comes to market. You'll have plenty of time to get your affairs in order.
Let's. I think we should talk about this further, if I may. I don't know if this is a good slogan either for Project Epsilon specifically, or perhaps a tagline for all of Fetelwork Industries devices. But you mentioned earlier that the secret is always a bit of magic, and I think that would be a wonderful tagline for your products, Bekmoodim.
I'm actually Scout. Come write this down for me. All right. There's always a bit of magic.
Wonderful. Now let's discuss this further, and perhaps we could draw up some terms over some coffee. Melissa, Bekmoodim, I'm starting to get worried. Should we go look for her?
It's maybe.
Yeah, why don't we go do that right now?
Oh, okay. Here, tell you what. I'll walk, and you can ride the Scout. How big are you?
I'm about 5 foot 6 inches tall.
Might be. Tell you what. It looks like. Look, I don't mean to offend you, but I think your BMI may be a little high.
All right, well, let's try this. Maybe the Scout wants to ride me. Has the Scout ever ridden anything?
I don't think that it has. I think you would find that very novel.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Come on, guy, hop on. All right, let's just head down here. This is Melissa. Melissa. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure everything's perfectly under control.
2 creams, Melissa. Remember, not 3. I've told you.
So there you have it. Bekmoodim Fetelwork. Hopefully that clears up some of the issues, particularly related to early promotion of the show. You may have seen the coming soon trailer for this show, which at the time identified the name of the show as Toilet Talk. I guess I got a little carried away based on my first interview here with Bekmoodim. To his credit, it was his advice that not be the name for the interview show, that it was a little crass and a little hyper-focused. I'm glad I followed that advice. Some of the other issues that we had to work out were the issue of compensation related to the marketing slogan that I offered him during this interview. That's been worked out to my satisfaction. My compensation, it turns out, is the use of the Fetelwork Industries Sending Stone Network, without which no one would be hearing this show. So that's a positive thing. I guess the biggest challenge, actually, if I'm being honest, is Bekmoodim wanted to make sure that his attorneys could guarantee that he would not be liable for the disappearance of Melissa, who, unfortunately, we still have not located, but I am certain that she will turn up. Bekmoodim and his attorneys are certain that he is not legally responsible and that 100% of that responsibility falls on my shoulders. And I'm perfectly comfortable with that because I don't have anything to lose. So I will report back as soon as we have news of Melissa's whereabouts, which I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure there's no problem whatsoever. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Leonella!